This is Iran, a nation home to approximately 90 million people, spanning a vast area exceeding 1.6 million square kilometers. This makes Iran the second largest country in the Middle East. Iran might seem quite small when compared to giants like Russia and China. However, if we compare it to Europe, you'll find its area is 3 times larger than France and bigger than Germany, Italy, the United Kingdom, Norway, and Finland combined. The distance from Iran's northernmost point to its southernmost point is roughly equivalent to the distance from Berlin to Istanbul. So, in terms of area, Iran possesses a vast expanse. The strange thing is that within this vast Iran, there's an Arab state. And even stranger, no one knows anything about this state. Nobody talks about it. It's a state that Iran has completely erased from the map and officially annexed to its territories. Here, in the far south of Iran, lies the Arab state of Arabistan, or Ahwaz. It stretches from the city of Abadan in the north to the city of Bandar Abbas, located near the Strait of Hormuz in the south. Approximately 8 million Arabs live here, on an area of about 375,000 square kilometers. This makes Arabistan 4 times larger than the UAE and bigger than Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, and Palestine combined. Currently, Iran divides the region into 3 provinces: Khuzestan, Bushehr, and Hormozgan. The question that arises is, how did Iran manage to occupy this entire area? And why is it impossible for Iran to give up this region? If we look at the map of mountain distribution in Iran, we'll find that almost all of Iran consists of mountains and elevated lands, except for this part of Iran located in the Arabistan region. These are almost the only flat lands in Iran. These lands are traversed by Iran's largest river, the Karun River, which extends through the Zagros Mountains and eventually flows into Shatt al-Arab, and from there to the Arabian Gulf. That's why Arabistan alone possesses half of Iran's water, and it contains the most fertile and best agricultural lands that produce sugar, barley, rice, and dates. It is, literally, Iran's food basket. Arabistan alone produces 87% of Iranian oil and 100% of its gas. This makes Arabistan alone possess the 3rd largest oil reserves in the world and the 2nd largest gas reserves on Earth. This means that Iran's economy without Arabistan would be almost nothing. The Arabistan region has a long coastline on the Persian Gulf, which Iran considers its own special area, and consequently, everything in the Gulf belongs to them. However, in recent years, America has started to pose a threat to Iran in the Persian Gulf, deploying American military bases in Oman, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Iraq, meaning almost all Gulf states. America considers Iran the biggest threat in the region, and its presence is essential to secure oil supplies and prevent Iran from dominating the region. Iran, on the other hand, views the American presence in the region as a blockade and a significant security threat to itself. That's why the secession of the Arabistan region is a red line for Iran. If this region gains independence, it will become a new threat area on Iran's borders, as it would likely have to ally with America to protect itself from Iran. In such a scenario, America would establish military bases there, increasing the American threat to Iran. At the same time, Iran would lose a significant portion of its control over the Persian Gulf. This makes the idea of Iran allowing Arabistan to secede almost impossible. The question that arises now is, how did Iran occupy this region and annex it to its territories in the first place? To understand how this happened, we need to go back to the 15th century, specifically to 1436. At that time, an Arab state known as the Mashasha'iyah state emerged in the Arabistan region. The Safavid dynasty in Iran attempted to control the region, and to the west, the Ottoman Empire tried to expand and annex it. But in the end, both the Safavid and Ottoman states were forced to recognize the region as an independent state. Here, the region was named Arabistan, meaning Land of the Arabs. However, the Mashasha'iyah state began to weaken significantly, and its control ended in 1724. It was succeeded by the Kabiya state, which began to expand and control the lands located on the Persian Gulf coast. In 1914, World War I began between the Allied powers, led by Britain and France, and the Central Powers, including Germany and the Ottoman Empire. The war ended in 1918 with the victory of the Allies and the defeat of Germany and the Ottoman Empire. Here, Britain and France gained control over the Ottoman Empire's territories. During the war, Arabistan supported Britain, which promised Arabistan protection against any foreign aggression. Britain occupied Iraq, located to the west of Arabistan, after the end of World War I. In Iran, Defense Minister Reza Pahlavi orchestrated a coup and finally succeeded in seizing power, leading to the establishment of the Kingdom of Iran in 1925. At that time, Britain had influence and authority within Iran, and at the same time, it began to withdraw its support for Arabistan. Therefore, Britain allowed Iran to expand and annex Arabistan to its territories. Indeed, Reza Pahlavi's forces entered Arabistan and finally overthrew the Kabiya state, beginning the period of Iranian occupation of Arabistan. Iran finally succeeded in controlling the oil-rich region and annexing it to its lands. After Iran's occupation of Arabistan, it changed its name to Khuzestan, banned the use of the Arabic language in the region, and changed the names of cities and streets from Arabic to Persian. They completely prevented the inhabitants from wearing Arab traditional dress. At that time, the population resisted the Iranian occupation, and there were widespread protests and a major revolution in the region. However, the revolution was ultimately suppressed by force, and a large number of revolutionaries were arrested and some were executed. Over time, many Arabs were deported to northern Iran and replaced by Iranians to completely eliminate anything that linked the region to Arabs, marking a new phase for Arabs under Iranian occupation. Shah of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, was sympathetic to Hitler during World War II. At the same time, Britain feared that German forces would seize control of Iranian oil located in Arabistan. Therefore, Britain forced Reza Pahlavi to abdicate power in favor of his son, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, who became the new Shah of Iran. During this time, large protests began to erupt in Arabistan with the aim of ending the Iranian occupation. However, Iran suppressed all these protests by force. Internal opposition throughout Iran began to grow against the Shah's rule. As a result, in January 1978, a major revolution occurred in Iran against the Shah's rule, led by the Shia cleric Khomeini, who was in Iraq at the time but later moved to France after the Shah pressured Iraq. A year after the start of the revolution, the Shah of Iran began to feel that his rule was on the verge of collapse, so he decided to leave Iran for Egypt. Here, Khomeini arrived in Iran and was welcomed by Iranian revolutionaries. On February 11, 1979, the collapse of the last Shah of Iran was announced, ending the monarchy that had lasted for about 2,500 years and leading to the establishment of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Here, Khomeini became the first man in Iran and held the highest authority. After the success of the Iranian Revolution, the residents of Arabistan began demanding self-rule, leading to a major uprising and protests throughout Arabistan. The Iranian forces then intervened and completely suppressed the protests by force. From that time until today, the residents of Arabistan suffer from oppression, racism, and marginalization. That's all for today, my friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get all our new videos. See you!